Crafting friends, I'm coming today with a video for a DT entry for artattacksupplies.com. That's Tracy's store. She's Chi-Town Tracy here on YouTube. So I'm going to show you a few things that I made. I made a couple cards, and this is, I had purchased some papers from Tracy's shop. I purchased the Pink Paisley Bella Rouge paper, and then she has a paper company called Lemon Craft, and they're actually a company out of Poland, and the papers are so shabby chic and beautiful. So that's one of them. And then the other one is House of Roses. So it's got lots of beautiful rose paper, and it's double-sided, just gorgeous papers. So the first card I'm going to share with you, I used the Pink Paisley Bella Rouge papers. So I used this fun background here, and I distressed it with my Tim Holtz Distressor. And I used this lace from my stash, this flower that I was gifted. This is a doily and a brad from my stash, and some flowers that I was gifted. This colored image was gifted to me in one of my challenges I did last year. Then I used a scalloped die here to cut out some of the paper. I used a oval die to cut out this paper here, and this is just some cardstock I had in my stash. This I used a stitched rectangle die to cut out some of the Bella Rouge paper, this polka dot paper, and then I just tucked a doily behind the scalloped oval, and then the inside is blank so I could write my message to the recipient. And the next card I created using the beautiful House of Roses from Lemon Craft, which is like I say, a company in Poland. So I started out with the reverse side of this paper here, and I distressed it with my Tim Holtz Distressor, and I used some distress ink on it, just some lace from my stash, a little doily from my stash, some more doilies from my stash, these beautiful flowers here from my stash, and then these Tracy had sent me as a gift, and thank you. They're from Lemon Craft also, and they're just flare. So I used a couple of those on this card. This beautiful clock piece here with the rose, and then this beautiful butterfly tucked in among this flower cluster that I had in my stash. And this is just a key that I had in my stash, and I added little heart bling on it. This little brad here that I added some bling from my stash, another little doily here, another little doily here, and then on this beautiful paper I just stickled with some of my stickles just the pale beige, and then I also tucked in a little tag that's like a shabby chic vintage pattern, and that's tucked in here from my stash. So that is the card that I created for one of my crafty friends. And then I used the Graphic 45 Come Away With Me paper, and I have a bunch of these tea tins that I got at the holiday times, and once I use the tea I save them. So here's the front of it. So I cut out some of the paper, and I distressed everything with my Tim Holtz Distressor. This is like a postcard. And then I did a guest DT spot for Tracy about a year or so ago, and so she had sent me these fun little like stamens. And then she had carried a bunch of these millinery flowers in her Art Attacks shop. So I used those to tuck in all around here, and then I used these two trims from my stash. I thought this trim here looked really great with all the colors in this Graphic 45 paper collection. On this one I just took and inked a doily up with the Tim Holtz inks. This was a flower here that I got from Art Attack. She had some vintage flowers. This is another one of the paper collection. These are the millinery flowers from the Art Attack shop. On this side is just one of the paper cutouts. And on this side there's a couple of the tags from the paper cutout, and I just used some ribbon from my stash for the top there. Another doily. I put a doily here on this side, and I used a bunch more of the millinery flowers. All along the bottom I use this flat back pearl trim from my stash, and then on the top of the box I use this metal piece that when you place an order, a lot of times Tracy used to give out those as a free gift, and then just this little rondelle and a glass bauble. And this is just for decoration. It's not strong enough to be able to pull open the box, so the person that receives it will have to, you know, grip the sides to open up the box. So that's my other project. And then Tracy sells in her Art Attack shop some journaling cards. This is for the Prima Coffee Break collection, which she doesn't have in stock. I looked, but she has a couple other companies' journaling cards, and so those are great for pocket letters, for the pocket letter pals. That is the latest rage. So this is one that I'm going to be getting ready to send out for a challenge. And then I did one here with the beautiful lemon craft papers. This is the House of Roses paper, and so I'm going to be sending this out for a swap that I'm in. And Tracy sells a bunch of Prima products, so she has a bunch of these Prima resins in her shop. I believe she still has those in her shop. So I use those, and then I just put, this one here says charms because there's some charms there for the recipient. This one here says images because I have some images back there behind. This one here says lace, and I used some more of these resins. And on these I used a glue dot so the recipient can take them off if they want and use those on a project. This is a heart doily that I got recently in my stash. I printed out a little crafting quote. This is an All About Me page, and then this one is where the letter is, and these are the Prima resins, and then I just added some trim on this one. These are the Prima charms that I think they're Julie Nutting that Tracy sold in her Art Attack shop. And then this one I just added some trim from my stash and a little flower that I got from a friend. And then on the back I have this die from Paper Smooches, and it is called Deco Bag, and it is absolutely perfect. So here's what it die cuts out, but here is the little bag that it creates, and these fit perfectly in the pocket letters, the pocket letter pals. So that is really cool, and it has this fun deco edge on it, and it's a Paper Smooches die. So that's you know, something to keep in mind if you want to make your own little bags to fill with goodies behind your pocket letter pages. So that is the second pocket letter I created. And then the last project for the DT entry into Tracy's design team is this beautiful shadow box. This was created for a crafty friend of mine. So I bought this shadow box at my local craft warehouse store, and I used this beautiful paper from the House of Roses from Lemoncraft. Then I used this gorgeous rosette trim that I had recently got with these flat back pearls and ribbon buckle slides, and I put that in the center of each one of the roses. Then I used some flowers that I've been gifted from a YouTube friend, and these flowers were in my stash. This beautiful Sorry about the glare. This beautiful clock resin is from Tracy's Art Attack shop. It's a Prima resin, and I just printed out some vintage images. Used some of these pearl sprays, and then all of these flowers here from my stash, and then that same rosette trim with the rhinestones and the pearls go all along each side. So, and if the recipient wants, this back comes off with these, and if they want, they can take these images off and change them out. If they want to put, you know, if they went to a tea party or something and took a picture of themselves at the tea party, they could hang up those pictures if they would like. So, and then I put in the corner here, it's kind of hard to see, there's a couple little vintage teacups, a teacup and saucer, and then I use some of this vintage trim that I recently got at a vintage store. So those are my projects for trying out for the Art Attack design team, and I love what Tracy carries in her shop. She has a lot of Magnolia and Tilda goodies, and so if that's what you're into, she has great prices, super fast shipping. So thank you, ladies, for watching, and thank you, Tracy, for the opportunity to try out to be able to design for your store. So thank you, ladies, for watching, and happy crafting.